Hello. Hey everyone. Welcome to my page. My name is Leah and I am the owner of Leah Noell Design Co. and I'm a decorative furniture painter. So today I'm doing a dresser that on a look that I've done before, and it was very, very popular. I've had a lot of requests to do another one. So here I am doing another one. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys what I'm going to do here in this live. And I'm going to tell you about the links that I put above. So the links that I put above are the transfer I'm doing today is Imperial Garden. And it is a very popular transfer. The Dixie Belle website may or may not have them back in stock in June. I'm not sure. But I did link it to Amazon because I know you guys are going to want this. So I did put an Amazon link up there because that's about the only place I can find it. So I am doing Imperial Garden. This is a really popular transfer. I did it on one other dresser and I wrote a blog on it. So I linked the blog here too. And then I also know a lot of you guys are going to ask what color these are. So I just went ahead and I told you guys the colors. It's Stormy Seas, Vintage Duck Egg, Savannah Mist, drop cloth with pearlescent glaze over it. Hey Katie, how are you? Oh, thanks for saying hi. So I'm gonna apply this transfer and I thought I would do it live. Basically transfers are almost like temporary tattoos. Well, more like permanent tattoos for furniture. But I'm gonna go ahead and apply it. What I did already is I kind of positioned my piece, and surprisingly enough, this piece will actually, like, it's almost like it was made for this dresser. Like, it is gonna fit perfect. And all of the transfers come, they'll tell you what size they are. So this is 44 by 30. I never look at that. I just kind of decide if it's gonna fit on my dresser, then I'll put it on my dresser. Hi Stephanie, thanks for being here. So tell me if you guys have used a transfer before or not. I like to use a lot of the different kinds from Prima, where, you know, like this one is solid, and the last piece I did, the dresser was about this big. So I kind of just went ahead and put the whole like floral thing on the front, and then I cut it up and I used the extra pieces on the side, which turned out really, really awesome. So, you know, the transfer is versatile as long as you're willing to be a little bit creative with it. But this one will actually fit the whole front of this piece. So the sides will not have any like extended transfer on the sides. Maybe, maybe not. If I have extra, I will. So basically what I've done so far is I have lined, I really want to make sure I get my first panel straight. I'm so happy you like them, Laura. I do too. Stormy Seas will go with Haint Blue. Yeah, I would say that you could use Savannah Mist, Haint Blue. They all kind of go together. Just depends on how you blend them. I'm like right here in front of me, I have a piece where I used Stormy Seas and Manatee Gray, and it looks fine. So it's all just kind of the look you're going for. So they come with this stick like this. I also like to grab my metal tool, and I always have some painter's tape handy to do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. If you guys have questions, I may or may not see them. So if I don't see them, I will come back and I will answer them later when I'm not live, because I'm going to go ahead and get focused on actually getting this on. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure it's still lined up, because I did this about 5 minutes ago. I want to make sure it didn't really fall or anything. I also intentionally lined up right here. So I just want to double check. So this is the first panel. This is the second panel. So I just want to make sure that this is going to look even. I kind of want my, where's this postcard? I want it to end right there. And then this piece is going to start, I got to tuck it under, right? Because it's, so this is going to start, oh, you know what? You don't want to do that because it's going to stick. I'm going to have to do it on top. So if I measured correctly, this will fit just fine. This will fit just fine right here. And then I'm gonna have my little bit of an edge. I wanna make sure, hang on. So this is the part that's kind of a little bit hard, and what I wanted to explain is you really wanna make sure that you're lined up to where you're not gonna have like you know, it's gonna be like not centered. That's the part that I find the most challenging. It's right here. This part's the most challenging. Yeah, the big ones are hard. So you guys, tell me if you've tried transfers, or yes or no. I just started using them this year. All right, I just want to make sure this is going up okay. I think we're gonna be good. We're gonna be good. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start pushing down on my first piece. So if you've never done a transfer before, I've actually done, I've done quite a few live where I've cut them and done different things. This one, I'm just trying to get it on. Okay. So I'm just going to start from the top, and I want to make sure you guys can see. Hey, Mary. My neighbor is named Mary. She's probably outside. It's finally nice here, and I have my garage door open. So this transfer is weird in the fact that it almost has like a little bit of like, I don't know, like, it's like dirty. Like beneath these letters, it's got like a little bit of like a grunge look to it that rubs off on here. And it's intentional. So we're just gonna go ahead and put it on. I'm gonna stand up. So the reason the larger ones are harder, I find, is because it's got a lot of these little like letterings. And sometimes those are a little bit more challenging. And I'm just gonna go right, like I have a ridge right here on my dresser. I'm just gonna roll with it, and I'm gonna go right over it. And I wanna make sure I'm applying it. And that it's going down. You're working on a piece almost identical? That's awesome. Yeah, this was like, when I did this one, this was the first transfer I ever did, was Imperial Garden. And when I did it, it was like the full picture transfers are harder than like the flowers that you can kind of cut up and position how you want. Because, I mean, they have an order to them. So I'm like, this is gonna be easy, this and that. Oh my gosh, it was hard. The first time I found it to be challenging, not hard, challenging, but it was worth it. It was so pretty in the end, and I was right in the middle of doing it, and I went over to my mom's house, and she looked at it, and she goes, "That's mine. I want that." So my mom has the first one that I did. So I don't really worry about getting, like, I'm in the ridge right here. I will rough this up. I don't like my transfers to look neat and clean. I want them to look worn into the paint, which also helps them stay. So I always sand my transfers, so I don't like get overly worried about this ridge here when it's not like perfect. I'm not a perfectionist when I paint. In fact, a lot of my clients are perfectionists, and that's why they hire me, is because I'm not. If you want a perfect piece, go to Ethan Allen. Is Ethan Allen even around anymore? I think I'm thinking of Walter E. Smith. But some of it's gonna crack in here, and that is okay. I'm gonna let some of these like fall in the crevice of the drawer. Yes, Linda, thank you. So Dixie Belle dealers, retailers do sell transfers. And I think now, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you can actually, Prima Redesign, they have retailers too. I know a lot of the Dixie Belle retailers and the Prima retailers are both like a retailer for Prima and for Dixie Belle. But if you go on the Prima site, you can actually do a tool, and I linked their page. So if you click on like the bold lettered words, Prima Marketing, you can go to their page and you can go to their website where you can find a retailer. And I do always like to tell you guys to please support your local retailers. I mean, they're stocking paint, and they're stocking, transfers, and it really helps them out when you go in there and buy them. But if you don't have a local one, I appreciate it when you click the links that I put above, because I do get a kickback from that, which helps me to kind of bring you guys these tutorials and whatnot. But yes, definitely look for your retailers. Whew. It is. It's a workout. So from what I understand is this transfer is out of stock for the most part. I have been able to find it on Amazon. So that is why I linked it to Amazon, because that's where I found it. And, if you find it somewhere else, that's awesome. But I just wanted to make sure that I gave you guys a resource today. Okay, so I'm going to just start peeling this back a little. And I can kind of see where it's not sticking. So I'm just going to keep going. So let me know if you guys tried transfers yet or not. I feel like transfers are kind of everywhere. I'm telling you what, I think this is the last dresser I'm going to do with this specific transfer. Imperial Garden, that's the name. I assume that the humidity does affect how it goes on. Hey, Erin, good to see you here. I do assume that the humidity would affect it. I don't. Now, the other thing, okay, so humidity probably does affect it. I am actually working with my garage door open today. Normally, I don't. I keep all my stuff like temperature controlled, but I mean, it's 65 degrees outside, and that's about where I keep it in here. So I have not had a problem. A lot of people are saying that they're having issues with the transfers coming up, right? Like them coming up later, like after they put gator hide or polyacrylic over it. So what I found, because I wanted to look into it, is I have not had that problem, and the reason is because I sand over my transfer. I sand the shine off my transfer, and then that allows the gator hide to have something to stick to. The other thing I've been doing recently, which I was not doing before I was using Dixie Belle's clear coat, after I sanded it, like I sand the transfer, I distress this transfer, and that kind of wears it into the paint and makes it more durable. The other thing I found is I read the directions on the box. Who reads directions? Like, when you get things, do you read directions? I always read directions, okay? I don't know if I'm like the oddball, but I always read the directions. Because I'm like, they're written there for a reason. And, it says to use wax. It says to seal it with wax. So, So the last few that I've done, I have sealed with wax. But if you are doing like a tabletop, right, you don't want to seal a tabletop with wax. If you sand over it, you should be good. So the sanding is really important. It's called varnishing, I think. Varnish? I don't know. I think that's the technical term. All right, so we're going to peel back and we're going to see. We're going to go slow and we're going to take this tape off, and I'm literally going to save my tape because I don't want to waste my tape. I'm going to use it on the next sheet. And as I'm pulling it off, I can kind of see if certain parts are not sticking, and I just go ahead and push them down. And these, like, if you guys get the other transfers where there's not as many, this one has a lot of little stuff on it. You seal it with wax. You never read the directions. Susie, you need to read the directions. Seal with wax too. Yeah, I think, Dawn, you can. I would say if you're going to use Gator Hide, just make sure you sand it well. And the theory behind that is you don't want to ever put slick over slick. So like the transfer's like slick when you put it on. So if you rough it up a little bit, it's gonna make it a little better. I'm not crazy about the little like grungy part they have right there. I think we're gonna have to use some Dixie dirt on this one. Okay, so I'm kind of coming at both sides, trying to take it off. And you see, this panel's hard because it just has a lot of the little parts, a lot of letters. Come on, transfer. We're almost there, you guys. But I'm just going slow. You cannot rush these. Oh, oh, oh. And I just botched it. Just gonna put it right over, back over it. Okay, so it's on. I have like a couple pieces that are on, but like I said, I'm gonna distress this, and that is only gonna help make it more durable. The name of the transfer is Imperial Garden. Everything that I'm using, the paint colors, to the transfer, to directions on how to do this are linked above. And because this is the second time I've done this look, it's just been a very popular look. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and just tuck like these in here, and I'm gonna grab my metal one, and I'm just gonna tuck them under, and that just kind of goes with like the fluid movement of the whole piece. It's just on the drawers too, the drawer edges. am going to use my finger to kind of push these down. And some of it's a little bit, you know, cracked, and that's okay because we are just going to go ahead and we're going to distress it. It's supposed to look like an old, worn postcard. So the same thing here, I'm just going to kind of, I almost want something thinner. I'm just going to push this in. I'm going to use my finger to push everything down. And I am going to go ahead and go through, and I'm going to go ahead and just kind of push it all down and make sure it's stuck right here instead of waiting till the end. And I'm going to do that because I just don't want to forget to do it. Okay. Thank you, Elizabeth. All right, so let's line up the next one. This is the fun part. Where did I put it? Okay. I'm gonna make sure you guys can see. Hey, Hilda. All right. So we have the first one on. So I'm just going to peel my sheet off. And I'm going to line this up with the top because it should be just about the same. But really, I want to line it up with the top, but really I want to line it up with, I take that back. I'm not lining it up with the top. I'm going to line it up, and I'm sorry, guys. I have to be right here to do this. I have to line it up with this square right here. And this is where I'm just like, where's my tape? Darn it. All right. Okay, so I got it lined up. I'm going to go ahead and go forth and start putting it down. I lost my stick. I lost my tape. Thank you, Jerry Lynn. Oh, it's under my towel. Okay, so I'm going to start right here. Start right here where it matters the most. Okay, I'm gonna stand up again, kind of, and we're just gonna get it on. And I know a lot of you guys wanna see how to get it over this ridge. So the question today, have you guys used a transfer? Do you like them? Do you like the way they look? Tell me about transfers. Do you guys wanna see me use more of them? I just got a whole bunch of new ones in, and I'm excited to try them. The new ones are more my style where like I can actually chop them up and use them. An older one is the fern transfer. Have you guys seen the fern transfer? You know what, Karen? This was the first transfer the first time I did a full transfer like this, I did it live. And I did it in the Chalk and Mineral Paint enthusiast group. And I had done a transfer before, but it was one that I had cut up. It was Dark Romance. And I had cut it up and put it on something. And then I thought, okay, I can just put this on. And I didn't realize what a different challenge it is to put on a full transfer opposed to the ones that you don't have to line up. It's just totally, they're just two different ball games. All right. But it turned out gorgeous. And obviously, because I have to do it again. My hand's tired. All right, this one, the flower's kind of going through the crease here, so we're just gonna do the best we can to get it on. So if you guys have tried transfers, what are your favorite ones that you guys have tried? I want to say Rose and Rogue is one of my favorites. Hey, Alicia. You did a mermaid for your granddaughter? I have the mermaid, and I just don't have a piece to do for it yet. But the mermaids are popular. I bet your granddaughter loved it. I was going to do an Uma. Do you guys know who Uma is? If you watch Disney Descendants, you do like an Uma dresser for my daughter. But she ended up coming out here and wanting a dresser that I already had done, so I just gave her that. She needed a new dresser. We had bought a dresser at Target when I was pregnant with her, and it just fell apart like Target dressers do. Okay, so if you guys are just joining, in the show notes, I linked everything. I linked where you can get the transfer, where you can find the paint colors, and I also put a link to my blog where you can find the written directions on how to create this exact look, if you so choose. It's all there for you. All right, let's peel it back and see what we have. And this one we had a little more of the flower happening. So as I peel up, like I showed you guys, I'm just gonna be looking almost like on this side, trying to see if any of it is not sticking or hasn't adhered, like over here. And I kind of want to keep it in place as I'm. Right, we want like that's all the way down. Okay, a couple more pieces just to secure, and it will come up. I've used the stick that comes with this the whole time here. Botanical garden. I don't know. I have not seen botanical gardens. Sometimes Prima does send their ambassadors. I have seen something that isn't on the market yet, available on their website, but that may it may be something that's just new and they don't have it available for sale yet. Good resources, scrapbook.com. All right. Woohoo! Yes. All right. The hardest two are done. Of course, we do the hardest two live. Hey, Lori. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and push this down, like I said. Make sure everything is secure. This line here, I'll make sure that like when I come back through, I will definitely sand over this part. But I'm just going to kind of push it down and make sure it's all adhering properly. And it's going to be really important for me on this one since it is going to just be centered almost. It's going to be really important for me to sand this. That's going to really make the design come together, is that I'm going to sand it. And I'm probably going to use some sort of Dixie dirt or something on the sides to kind of blend it in. And the reason is because like the other one was easy because it wrapped around the sides, which I prefer. But this one, just the size of the dresser and the size of the transfer, you have to make your transfer work for the dresser you're doing. And I still think it's a great piece to do this transfer on because it is like, it's pretty, it's curved. The curve shows the transfer off. So, and the thing in, I may or may not go live. And then also I want to let you guys know tomorrow, I think tomorrow I will go live at some point and finish up that Mother's Day present I started on the Dixie Belle page on Tuesday night. So stay tuned. I'm going to put some waxes on it, and it's now navy and birchwood, and it's really, really cool. So, all right. Well, I think that's all I have for you guys tonight. Like I said, everything's linked above. Full direction how to get started on a transfer. So I'm going to finish this up, and then I'm hoping to have it posted and ready for you guys on a page. If you're looking to buy furniture, or you're kind of like, you know, you want to see what I'm finishing up, I usually post all of my new products or my new pieces Sunday evening at 5:30 is like the time that I post things. So if you're like, right now, except if you want to buy my coffee table that I posted a couple days ago, you can. But I am like, everything got purchased in like the last week. So, so if you are looking, and things have just been kind of going quickly lately. So if you're looking to buy a piece of furniture, just stay updated. Sunday evenings, 5:30. That's the time I've posted, almost weekly or bi-weekly, depending on how long projects take me. So if you're like really want to know, you know, that's the time I post on Facebook first, Sunday, 5:30. I also, if you go to my website, I have an email, and you can register there, and then I will email you my new projects as well. So, all right, guys, I hope you guys have a great Thursday, and I'm really hoping to get on here tomorrow and finish that Mother's Day gift that I had started Tuesday and show you guys how to finish that up. So, anyway, I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Good night.